Good morning, Bitcoin. Sensei Tutum here with another Friday update for you. So, got the Coinbase chart open here. I was on the Bitfinex chart before, but some of you guys got a little grumpy about that. It doesn't matter, let me tell you, just because the price is a little different. But we'll do Coinbase here. I had my macro counts on Bitfinex. So I just threw this little 3 here. But the two options are that we have this C completing. By the way, I think this local 5 wave is in or, close to in. I wouldn't say quite in yet. But we'll dig into this. But so C ends here whenever this ends, or 3. If it's a C, you know what my macro is, guys. It's big down. If it's a 3, then it's not as big of a down on this next move coming up. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I would expect a retracement into this area somewhere. Let's take a look and just see what the fibs tell us. And we'll say roughly if we end there. Yeah, I would say 382 to 50 on Coinbase chart, 5,200 to 4,800 would be the retracement coming up. And this has been my primary, but we've gotten so high into this resistance. Remember, we're going to invalidate at this level here. 68.14 is invalidation of my macro count. And remember what I said my conditions for flipping to full bull are, is that we break this, not just, break it, and then my count will be violated, but I'm not full bull still until we test and then bounce, and then I'll go full bull. And to be honest, I'll still be very suspect of this market and all this shadiness going on, to be honest. But it's from an Elliott perspective at that point. Once we retest from just a technical analysis, you gotta at least you gotta flip your bias to bull. It's just the way it has to be. In my opinion, anyway. That's such a significant level. I don't care what your analysis method is. If we break above, hold above, test and hold. Boy, let me tell you. But see how we blew through this median line? It's interesting to me. Bitfinex, we actually came right to the median line, right to it. So are we on the C or are we on the 3? 3 has been my primary, but we've gotten so high, I'm fairly 50-50 at this point. We'll have to see. We do feel sort of like we are in the final stages of what a C wave in a bear market would be, because remember, Elliott wave is just a measurement of sentiment, and we seem to be at euphoria right now among most of the crypto world, and there's no better time for wreckage than that, right? So we'll see what happens. But let's just zoom in, go down to the 15-minute. Gonna cut this a little short after here, just because this is a micro count. These always change, but so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then what I would say is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to finish a 3 coming up. So we'll just say smaller degree. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. And then we'll put 4 in here somewhere. Go for the 5th of the 3rd. Right? No, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3. Yeah, no, 3, 4, 5. So 3rd will end up here. 4 will come back down and here somewhere. And then 5th, potentially actually above here. So, man, that projection there is just, that's pretty high. And I'm eyeballing this here. Remember, on the larger degree, we've been showing divergence for forever. We've been showing signs of dumpage forever, but we haven't dumped. So let's see, go to the 4-hour divergence here. Of course, unless we break super high and go above, but divergence here, and that's on the 4. You got the daily. It's worse. But, we've seen this here before, right, guys? Where else did we see divergence and we were expecting a dump? Here, right? Big divergences on the way up here. Everything looked like this was a wave 2, right? In the making. And then we saw what happened. So we're not going to assume anything. This is Bitcoin. Anything can happen, but this is a local. And when I say local 5-wave, this is all looking like a very complete structure. Whether it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a 3, or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a 1, 2, 3 if you're mega bull. No matter what you got, this is due a bigger correction, and I think it's coming soon. So we'll leave Bitcoin at that. I just want to jump on EOS real quick because I did the video yesterday, and I said during the video it was a bad time to do it. But that's not how I do these videos. I just do them when I do them. So what are our options now? Is there a bigger correction due further down? I see people talking about lower numbers, much lower numbers, like down in like the $4 range. I don't see that. It could happen. Definitely could. I can see. I take that back. I can see it. I can see the scenario where somebody would have this as a local 5-wave ending here, and then we're coming down for like a 2. I'm not there. But so what are our options? I think that the price action of yesterday could still be an expanding diagonal. For it could end here. We haven't violated that. We did bounce really hard here, and we're back above this support now, which is good. Of course, we're under that 50 parallel that I talked about yesterday, that I said anything under that's kind of bearish. So that does give credence to the, let's say, the more bearish count, where we would go down to like the close to $4 range. So we either would have still an expanding leading diagonal with a 5th wave to be put in still, or we would have to say that this complex is actually more complex, and it would be WXY, another X here. Because remember, this is 3-wave so far. We still need the 5th, even if it's an expanding diagonal. So 3-wave here, and then looking for another zigzag type of correction down, which 1, 2, 1, 2. This could be 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that could get you down to your $4 range actually, but it's just and still be on the same macro count. I just don't think so. But yeah, potentially that we would be looking for another zigzag type structure in here. Anyway, that's where we're at there with Bitcoin. If you were in this trade back here, you're out of it, at least break even. Hopefully you took profit here or at somewhere else. I don't, if you were entering on a pitchfork, I hope you're looking at pitchfork targets. But if you need to learn how to trade that pitchfork, come on over to Trade Devils. I think that's it for this week, fellas. Have a good weekend. Toot signing out.